Hi, God's Desire. Welcome in. My apologies. I didn't even realize I was trying to get all my wires and I couldn't find my wires. And then I was hooking everything up and then I looked and it was 9:02. I'm like, oh my goodness. I do not like being late. And I'm not even like set up. Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. Good. Hi, Renee. Welcome in. And I was going to, well, it's my diamond painting night, but I need to work on that blanket. I got wires everywhere because I kept looking for wires and I had wires, but they were the wrong wires. It just happens though, you know, like every once in a while there's one of those nights because for whatever reason the music is on, but let's see. There we go. I need to find different music, but for now, that's what we have, right? So that's where we're going to go with. I need to find the time to find different music. So this thing is pretty big. And I really don't want to work on it here, but I have to work on it. I'm trying to find where I'm at. Like it is. We're gonna try to work with it. All right, make sure I'm even in the camera. All right, let's see. Let's see, I have scissors, I have a hook, I have a needle. I'm probably gonna need more stitch markers. But we could probably get started. And then I can get up if I need to. All right, let's see who's in here. Okay, so I said hello to God's Desire and Renee. Take your time. I appreciate that. Hey, Charlotte, welcome in. Good to see you. Hey, Rosalie. juice. All right, I think that is everyone. And I haven't gone live from like my phone. It's been like, when I've been doing the vertical, it's been from the camera. And so I hadn't done it from the phone, and I couldn't find the wires, and then I couldn't get it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here now, right? That's what matters. And I need to get to my little mess here so I can keep crossing off the rows that I am on. And that is what I do like about the corner to corner, is that when you're working down, you are getting smaller and smaller, so it goes by quicker and quicker. What row am I on? But I am supposed to have this, I'm supposed to mail this out. All right, so y'all know that Wednesday is my diamond painting night or cross stitch night. We've been doing diamond painting, but we're gonna do this because I'm supposed to put this in the mail on Saturday, and I still have quite a bit to go. So, and I don't even know, am I in? I feel so rushed. I so don't like running behind. I think I'm going to take it out of the bag since I'm not going to be, we should be right here, not moving around. So I think that should work okay. So anyway, so I have to finish the rows, and then I still have to sew in all my ends, and then I still have to do the border. So I'm like, I really need to work on this. And that's why I was wanting to get it started ahead of time, remember, a few months ago, because I knew that it was going to be gardening season, and I don't craft much during gardening season. So, and I was right, you know. So here I am rushing at the end when I should have just started earlier. But then I think I went through that little period where I was sick, and anyway, so here I am rushing. I should have it done by Saturday. Well, I say by Saturday, but you know, the post office closes at noon, so I gotta obviously get it to the post office, you know, packed and everything into the post office no later than noon. And it's not far from here, but it's not like right around the corner either. Hello, Sonia. Welcome in. You totally get the stress of being late. I know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like to have anyone waiting on me. And I don't like being late. But I couldn't find my stuff. You harvested carrots. Yes. I harvested carrots, strawberries, and purple sage today. I also watered the garden. Awesome. That's awesome. I I did work in the garden. I avoided it the last couple of days. Like, I just was not feeling it. I did all kinds of other things to not go out there. And today I made myself. I was sitting here. I don't want to. I don't want to. And I've made myself go out there. And I spent about 3 hours, maybe a little bit longer. Hey Liz, welcome in. God says, I'm still very congested, so garden time is limited. I do hope you get to feeling better soon. Are you taking anything for the congestion? Oh, thank you, Liz. Liz says, please be kind and subscribe. Yes, and hit that like button. That's great, God's desire. I'm happy for you. Charlotte, I saw your pole beans and I can't believe how big they are. I don't know when you planted them, but I thought you planted them when I planted mine or like right before. And mine don't look anything like that. I was looking at them today and I'm like, y'all are puny. Like, y'all need to do something. Like, they are not, they are, I don't know, not very big at all. But I don't remember how far ahead you planted. Heck, I don't remember when I planted. Not anymore. It didn't seem to be helping. I'm trying to let it run its course. So, you know, a lot of times when I go to bed, like I'll like take up a crochet project or something like that, because even if we're gonna like watch television, which I don't watch that much of anymore since I discovered YouTube Live, but um, I feel like, you know, like when I'm sitting there just watching TV and like not doing anything, like I feel like it's a big waste of my time. And I'm not being judgmental to anyone that can sit there and watch TV, believe me. Um, I just, to me, it just feels like I should be doing other things, right? And so even when I'm in bed, I normally want something else to do, and obviously reading and watching TV is kind of doesn't work out. Sometimes you can listen to a book on audio and and still watch the TV, but I don't want to take this thing upstairs to bed because it is just big and bulky and it's not, I just don't want to. Oh yeah, and I still have to wash it too before I pack it. So yeah, so it still has a little bit to go. I might be doing this again tomorrow, I don't know. But my wrist and my elbow are bothering me. So it's just like I'm fighting here. Like I want to get it done, but then I also have to take it easy with, my joints. But anyway, because I haven't been taking this upstairs, let me show y'all what I've been making. I gotta go get it though. They are enormous and are starting to climb. I know I saw it in one of your pictures or videos. The peppers and tomatoes in that bed. Oh, you know what? I didn't notice them climbing the peppers or tomatoes, but I did see them climbing the trellis. Everything in my greenhouse has doubled in size since my last video. My peppers are getting huge. That is great. Hello, mermaid. Aw. Hopefully they gave you something for the pain. Hi, Jen. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you. So, yeah, y'all hear me sniffling. It's because of working outside. I don't know what's out there. I mean, it's probably still pollen, but I don't know what else is out there. Y'all hear that? I'm drinking my tea. Y'all know what my tea is, lemon balm and hibiscus. So, yeah, y'all know this is a football blanket. And so I wanted to make a football keychain to go with it. So I started out with this. I don't know why my thing is so delayed. So I started out with this one, right? And not my favorite. You know, the colors matched, but not my favorite. So I was like, okay, we're going to mess with this a little bit more. And so then I made this cute little guy right here. I still have to put like the keychain and stuff on it, right? And then I was like, let's try another one. Because on this one, the only reason I embroidered the eyes was because I was done with it and then was like, oh, I forgot the eyes. So then started another one and got the eyes. And then I was like, oh, that is so stinking cute. I really like it. And so then I just finished this one a little bit ago. I still have to put the smile on, and I think I'm going to give this one some eyebrows. Maybe angry eyebrows or maybe confused. I don't know. So he still needs eyebrows. But yeah, so I did crochet for a little bit on this guy because these I've been doing like when I go up to bed. But this one I did a little bit ago when I should have been doing the blanket, but hey, I'm human, right? Kind of like over the blanket already. I want to work on something different, and I was like, ooh, I like the football. And so of course the football is going to accompany the blanket. I mean, I know, you know, the blankets for the bedroom or the living room or whatever, and the football is going to be for keys. So they don't necessarily have to match. But yeah, I liked it better in the chenille than I did in the worsted weight. I didn't really care for it very much in the worsted weight. Liz, this is the blanket that I've been working on for a while. Let me show you. So it's a corner to corner football blanket. And so right now I started way down here in this corner and I am in here somewhere. I finished this white like, I don't know, a row or two ago. So I have all this to go, and then I got this and then brown, and then I got to do the whole border, and then I got to put in all my ends. So I still have a little bit to go, even though my rows are getting shorter. So, I mean, as far as the rows go, I think that'll probably go by relatively quickly. It'll probably slow me down a little bit when I have to count. Like, because right now I'm just on the brown part, so I don't have to count my stitches at all. But when I get to where I have to count them, which would only be for, I think it's like 6 rows, 8 rows, I don't know. But that's what I'm working on. And I have to have it in the mail by Saturday. So if not, we would be diamond painting. But because I have to have it in the mail by Saturday, I'm going to do this today. And I may if I don't have it done tomorrow or I'm not close. I mean, if I'm pretty close, like if I just have like the border and ends, then I can do something else tomorrow. But if not, I might have to do this again. Let's see. I did spend a lot of time in the garden. When I went to your live today is when I came back in from the garden. I was so exhausted. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Hi, Tina. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hi, Lydia. Welcome in. Thank you, Jen. Oliver put some other type of game in it and they got stuck. So I have a feeling Oliver's in big trouble. He's just a baby. He's what, 3? 3 or 4? Oh. I mean, if you ask me, he's pretty smart. He was trying to put a game where a game goes. Not his fault. He don't know what kind of game. He just wanting to play. He'll be 5 in July. Oh, okay, so he's 4. I don't know why I was thinking he was younger. Oh, that was the end of that row. Oops. I got wires hanging from everywhere. They're kind of in my way. Oh, goodness. All right, I have to mark my rows so I don't get lost. Definitely don't want to have to frog at this stage, right? It's just gonna delay me more. I know he's smart. He's going to play that game, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. And if his daddy would have put the game away out of reach, that would not. Exactly. Exactly. Well, I don't know if dad, whoever, should have put the game up. But so yeah, so I have to go back in the garden tomorrow and get more stuff. And y'all remember I was like, I probably gonna need more bags, and I didn't order more bags. Yeah, I need more bags. Because I think we are going to put together, you know, I told you I had those 2 beds for the side to replace those other 2. But I think that we're going to put at least one of them together so that I'll have, what, that's 9, that's 27 more square feet. So 27 square feet. which will give me, you know, instead of having to buy 27 more bags, that gives me 27 feet without having to buy anything other than soil and compost to fill it up. I don't even have to get compost. I have compost. So we were going to try to get to it this past weekend, but we ran out of time. And so maybe this weekend, although we have such a long list of things to do, that I may just, I don't know, I would say I won't plant, but I have to plant, right? I started them. Oh, I gotta show y'all the seeds that I got. I was so surprised, Charlotte. You know, I ordered those Friday morning from Renee's Garden. I ordered them Friday morning. They said they shipped them out Saturday. And then when I checked on my thing, it said they'd be here by Thursday, this Thursday, right? So tomorrow, but they got here yesterday. And I was like, that is like the quickest seeds I have ever received ordering from a place. Granted, they're not cheap, you know, neither is their shipping, but they got here quickly. I don't know that I want to order from them though, unless they have seeds that, you know, I can't find somewhere else, just because I don't like paying for shipping. And I did have to pay for shipping. And I didn't know that till the very end. If I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have ordered, but I didn't know it till the very end. And I was like, oh, I already spent so much time on here looking and adding things to the cart that, you know, let's just go ahead and pay for it and be done with it. So y'all, if y'all, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Hi, Bima, welcome in. All right, let's see, I'm not making, hi, Aisha. 48 degrees there. I cannot believe your peach tree looks so good. I was trying to find my watch, which I just had on to see. It is 74 degrees here. I'm doing well, Vima. Thank you for asking. How are you? Aisha says, hi, Liz. Sending my prayers for you. Yes. Let's keep, I have prayer warriors in here. We need to keep Liz in our prayers. Always consider Renee's garden seat a splurge for me because they are higher. Yeah, and you know, like if I can't find something and I really want something, I probably, you know, would order from them again. I really did like the quick shipping. You know, the last seeds I ordered, I waited for like 3 or 4 weeks. And then the strawberries and asparagus, I'm going, I think tomorrow or the next day is 4 weeks, and they're still not scheduled to be here till next week. So that'll be 5 weeks. So, you know, that's a bit much. Renee says, I have a garden store by me that carries those seeds. I love that place. I'll have to, once I get a few rows done, I'll share the seeds. Aisha's thinking Nightbot. Charlotte says, Renee, you are in luck. One lucky lady. Yeah, God's Desire was saying she can get Renee's garden seeds near her too. I don't pay that close attention. I don't think I've seen them, but they might be. I guess next time I'm out looking at seeds, I can see. Because I mean, you figure God's Desire and I have kind of like the same things. I don't know where she sees them though. Like, is it at Ace? I don't know. Maybe she told me. Is it at Ace? Is it at Tractor Supply? Like whereabouts. I've never seen Renee's garden seeds for sale in a store or garden center where I live. When did you email them? They took like 2 or 3 days to get, they say they get back to you in 2 days. It took them like 2 or 3 days to get back to me. But they did give me the refund, which was like half the order. So I mean, that's good, right? But not for having to wait this long, because I really don't think I'm going to get strawberries. Liz says, I got seeds too. Ooh, what kind of seeds? Lima says, I am good, dear. Good to hear that. Can't wait to plant them. Lydia, I'm so sorry your hand hurts. You probably won't do anything tonight. Just rested. Mine hurts. Mine hurts. Right here, you can see. Can you see where it's swollen right there? I don't know. In order for me to see what I'm showing you, I'd have to get up. So right there is swollen and it hurts. All this in here hurts. And then, of course, my elbow still hurts. And the elbow is a little poofy. It doesn't help that I put all my weight on it when I'm gardening. I normally massage this whole area in here with that that torture ball, like Charlotte calls it. I don't have it. Well, yeah, I do have it with me. Let me reach for it. And so I massage with this. So it's normally like if you move all of this, you can see like all this moving. So like even when you do your fingers, so like when you're crocheting or like holding the tension, so all this is moving. So a lot of times this will start hurting, or even like the elbow, because there'll be like a knot. Like when I go like this, I can feel like a knot, ow, right there. And so this normally works it out. But when it really, really hurts, I can't really do this. So I've been doing the tents on it, except for the fact that I have not done the tents in like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days, because it had gotten better. So I didn't do the tents, and therefore it's getting bad again. But you may try to massage like that area that I just showed you. With You can do it. I mean, I got this ball, but you can do it like with a tennis ball. You can do it like with your knuckles. I just find I like the way this ball works, because it just really gets in there with like, I don't have to put any pressure. I just lightly roll it on there and it gets in there. So, and it does help. But when it's like really bad, like it has been, I rather do the tens. And I'll probably do it again tonight, because if I have to crochet for like the next, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday, 4 days, I probably will need it a lot. And especially with the gardening I still have left to do. I don't know why my chat is like jumping all over the place, and I can't. Let me move this and see if that'll help me. Make it bigger. Can't wait to plant them. My hand hurts. Please be kind and subscribe. Thank you, Liz. What you crocheting today, I'll show you in just a second. Greetings. Email, strawberry shipping, no response. Well, hopefully they will put it in the mail. I think they ship out Saturday mornings. So hopefully they will put it in the mail first thing Saturday. Because not last week, but the week before when they changed, well, they changed my date the week before, but they changed that last week too. Um, the email that they sent me was like Saturday, like I think it was like 5:30 in the morning or something like that. So it was really early. Let's see, greetings, greetings. Renee says, I should have worked outside today, but was just wanted to work on Liz. You're naming your llama Liz. Ace Hardware and Local Nursery. You know what? I'm going to have to check it, Ace. I don't go to the Art Ace very often. I mean, they're really nice in there. I just don't go there very often. Charlotte says, oh no, not the torture ball. You need the copper bracelet so you won't feel pain when crocheting. I need a copper bracelet. Does that stuff really work? You mean like a bracelet or you mean like a wrist wrap or something? Does it work for like all of crocheting, like the wrist and the elbow? Because like last week or the week before, it was my elbow that was like really hurting me. But now it's also the wrist, which I have problems with them all the time, especially when I like overdo it on crocheting. It gives me a problem, which is why I started the circular knitting, because you know it's to like give my hands a break. That was before I discovered diamond painting. Now I just rather diamond paint when I'm in pain. But y'all can tell I keep losing my yarn because of the pain. It just doesn't, it's not wanting to hold properly. Like I can't like squeeze it like hard. So Liz is asking as well, Aisha, do they work? Lydia did Bible. She got rejoice evermore. 1 Thessalonians 5:16. Hello, Charlotte Brown. Welcome in. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. I am about to show a picture of what I am working on. Well, a picture of the pattern. So Aisha says, yes, they do, Liz. So do I just Google copper bracelet, Aisha? Charlie says, I'm going to make some phone calls in my area tomorrow and find out if I can find Renee seeds in this area, because I would love to be able to just go get them instead of pay shipping. I know, right? Me too. Aisha says the bracelet. It's supposed to help with blood flow. Yeah, it works. I may have to try that. That's what I'm doing tonight, diamond painting, because my hand hurts. I know you were, when was I watching you? Monday? Yeah, if I didn't have to have this done, I would not be doing this right now. Amazon, that's where I got it. Okay, thank you. We have two Charlottes. That's unusual. Yes, Charlotte Brown and you. Tina says it is. You notice I'm calling her Charlotte Brown though, right? But it says, please be kind and subscribe. All right, let me see how fast that row went. I'm working on this one and I've got 3 more and then I'm going to show you all the picture. I just want to like not lose like my rhythm, like just like knock it out. Oh, and then for those of you that weren't here in the very beginning, I'll show you the little footballs that I worked on to go with the blanket. They're going to be keychains, or, you know, the bag clip or whatever, you know, like you clip things on your purse or your book bag or whatever. It really is hard to maintain the tension. It's such a struggle when you can't squeeze just properly. So I'm having to work harder. All right, so let me put that down for just a sec. Show y'all the picture. So that's what I'm working on. It's a Premier pattern and it's a corner to corner. So I started down here on this corner and right now I'm in here somewhere in this brown, and then I'll have to switch there and then go back to brown and then do the whole border and then flip it over and do all my ends. And then I started with a seeing if I missed anything. Hi Izzy, welcome in. Oh no, you're fine. You're here. Thank you. You have to search for your hook, okay? Charlotte Brown says, I noticed that and it's fine. I've been watching for a while. I like the small football you made. Oh, okay, you did see it. So for those of you that didn't see it, so I started out with this one, which was in worsted weight, and you know, for a keychain, but I didn't really care for it. It matches, you know, it's the color of the blanket, but I didn't care for it. So then we moved on. So then I made this one, and I forgot to put the eyes in, and so I had to embroider them on. So I think it's a cutie, right? Then I made this one, and I like it. And then this one still needs a smile, and it needs its eyebrows. I'm going to give it some eyebrows. I don't know if angry eyebrows or surprised, or I don't know, some kind of eyebrows. But then the keychain will go like on this side somewhere, you know. Now, for those of you that have asked me before, like doing amigurumis, you know, like some people are like, you have to do them a certain way. Like you have to do yarn under, not yarn over, right? So you can do like yarn over, or you can do yarn under, or I do mine yarn under, yarn over, because that's what comes easier to me. For amigurumis, when I like with the blanket, I'm yarn over all the time. That's what I've been doing for decades, right? So that's what comes naturally with amigurumi, because, you know, I mean, I've been doing amigurumis what, 2 years maybe. You know, I listened to a lot of folks, and so I was like, okay, well, let me try the yarn under. But when I do the yarn under, it's not the most comfortable. But what I figured out, that if I do yarn under and then yarn over, it still makes the stitch smaller than the yarn over, you know, yarn over, but not like as small or as tight as the yarn under, but I'm okay with that. So I was going to show you is, this one is a yarn over, right? The way most of us that have been crocheting for decades crochet. This one is you can see it's not a huge difference, but you can see the size difference, right? This one is the yarn under, yarn over. This one is also a yarn under, yarn over. So these two are smaller than this one. So just for those of you who have been wondering. So it makes a difference, but it's not a huge difference. I mean, what, a quarter of an inch, maybe even half an inch. I'd have to get out a ruler and measure it. But I believe that if you do yarn under, which I wasn't about to do because my arm already hurts, that would just make everything worse, right? But I believe with the yarn under, it would be a tad bit smaller than what we have here. So just for those of you that were wondering. All right, we got that out of the way. And I may do a video on that, like showing like all three, and like probably with something small, probably not with this, but something much smaller, maybe just a swatch or something like that. I don't know. Hey, Echo, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Definitely angry eyebrows or tough guy eyebrows. Yeah, maybe, right? Because the other two are just so sweet and cute, right? So, and smiley. So I probably will. I probably give it angry eyebrows. Thank you, Charlotte Brown. Charlotte says, on all of the amigurumis that I've made, I've yarned over because it feels unnatural to me to yarn under. Is it just for aesthetics that you yarn under? Well, it makes the stitches look, it makes them a little bit smaller and a little bit tighter, making the amigurumi. Yes, so yes, short answer, yes. But I just have it. I don't do yarn under, you know. Rosalie, do you yarn over, yarn under, or yarn under, yarn under? That's a tongue twister. Thank you, Rosalie. For Rosalie to say something is cute, that's like a huge compliment because her stuff is amazing. If y'all don't follow Rosalie and you like crochet and you like tutorials, quick tutorials that teach you how to do things, but don't go on talking and talking, like sometimes you just want a tutorial, but you don't want, you don't want all the talking. Sometimes, yes, you want the talking, you like the person, but if you want quick tutorials straight to the point, check out Rosalie's Craft and More. Rosalie, type in yarn so it'll drop your link. She does amazing work, just beautiful work. Beautiful, beautiful work. She's been making amigurumis. Like I just started making amigurumis not that long ago, and then started making the plushies sometime last year. But she's been making them for a while, and she is amazing at it. When I grow up, I will crochet like Rosalie. No, what is it? When I grow up, I want to crochet like Rosalie. At least when it comes to amigurumis. Because in my other, I've been doing it for so long, there's no, what I do is what I do. You're confused. Hi, Tina Floyd. I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, Liz, I don't guess she's going to drop her link? Will you drop her Rosalie's link? If she did, I missed it. I don't see it. I need to mark my thing so that I don't lose where I'm at. One, two. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 more full rows of brown before I have to add color. Oh, you like the I haven't given it a name, and I don't know that I'm gonna name it. I'm probably gonna. I don't think I'm gonna list it on Etsy because y'all know I have that Etsy shop, but I really dislike listing. I need to get better at it. I really do, but I don't like it. So I don't know. I don't know if I could list it on Instagram or something like that. I'm not sure, but I'll show y'all for those that don't know what Liz is talking about. On Friday nights for the last, I think it was 4, 5 weeks, something like that. No, I think it was 6 weeks. There was several of us working together as a group, working on Tanner the Triceratops, the strawberry version. And we've completed, we finished on Friday. Okay, here's this little guy. Let's see. I did a short on him that y'all can see him better. Him, her. Like I said, no name yet, so, but so really cute. And she sits nicely. So Jen says, hi Jackie, I'm doing a drive-by while I get ready for bed. Well, I appreciate you, Jen. All right, which way am I going? I'm going that way. See what I mean? This is like so bulky. It's just to try to keep it in this small area. It's a bit challenging. I have a little bit of up here. I have the rest of it on my lap. Thank you. Yes, Renee's looks adorable. I had already closed the head when I found out about the eyelashes. So I didn't get to put eyelashes on mine. Renee and Charlotte's both have eyelashes, but that's okay. And yeah, so we all picked different colors. I mean, it's the same pattern, just different colors. They have eyelashes. I don't have eyelashes. They're all cute. Thank you. Thank you. Aisha, it's a, if you look at my short, I put the link in there. It's also in the link of the lives where I had crocheting Tanner the Triceratops. It's the green Tanner. It's the first one that I did in worsted weight when I first started doing amigurumis. But the link is in all of those. She has other dinosaurs as well, and it's not only, this is Tanner. The original version did not have the strawberries. The strawberries was a modification that she did a while later. But she has other dinosaurs. I don't remember what they are. I just really like Tanner. I mean, I don't think I want to make him again. You're fine, Izzy. You don't have to tell me every time you leave and come back. It's okay. You do what you gotta do. Charlotte says, I don't think I want to make Tanner again either. I mean, I probably will make him again at some point because I like him. So if I was going to gift him, to someone, that would be the Triceratops pattern that I would go to, you know. I must say, I enjoyed making it with the chenille yarn, as much as I'm still trying to get used to the chenille. I enjoyed making it with the chenille a lot more than I enjoyed making it with the worsted weight. I really like working with the chenille too. It was super simple and went over my hook like butter. You did the velvet though, right? Is that I think it might be the same thing, but I think because yours doesn't shed like mine, and it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't shed that. I don't know that yours shed at all. Like you saw mine, like mine sheds like crazy. I mean, I am getting better with it. It does feel really good. Um, and I'm just learning to deal with the shedding and kind of like be a lot more gentle, which is what a lot of folks told me is you got to be gentle with it, which, you're not used to being gentle with worsted weight, and you're not used to being gentle with um, Bernat blanket, you just crochet. So I've never really had to be gentle with yarn because I've always done acrylic or cotton. And the cotton that I've always used is the Lily and Cream or the Peaches and Cream. And, the only gentle I have to be with that is so that it doesn't cut me. Um, but so I've just never had to be gentle. So it's a learning thing for me. God's Desire summons a forest creature. And oh, you got a kangaroo. Yay. Hey, Cross fam, welcome in. The Bernat Baby Velvet is just does not shed at all. Yeah. So that one's different from the chenille. If you want to try the chenille that I've been working with, check out your dollar store and just get one to try it for $1.25. And then you can tell me what the difference, if there's a huge difference. Because, I went to order the velvet from Joann's, and then they didn't have it in the store, and I was going to have to get it online, and you know how they ship whenever. And we were starting him that Friday, so I didn't get it from them, and so I went with what I had. So I have not tried the velvet. The only velvet that I have ever tried was a Hobby Lobby one, and I didn't care for it. It was nice and soft, but it also shed like crazy. So maybe I just expect a lot out of the yarn. I don't know. Um, and that Bernat Baby Velvet also is easy to frog. Well, being Bernat, I imagine it's a great yarn. Oh, is that the end? Oh, look at that. I got to the, y'all, I am moving. Look at that. Let me mark it. Charlotte Brown, if you're still here, do you crochet or do you craft? Do you have a channel? CrossFam says, hope everyone is doing good. Thank you. Thank you. Hirschner's Velvet, that I didn't like it at all. Burnett was much nicer to work with. You know, this last half is going to go so much quicker. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't even, it's not even half now. I am a quarter as far as the rows go. And then, of course, the border and the, well, I mean, let's be for real. We don't like doing ends, right? And I have a lot of ends. So many ends. I mean, I did sew in some ends at some point because I don't like them all at, you know, to leave them all for last. But then I started working on it and working on it. I'm like, I gotta like get it done. And so I haven't done the end. So I have a lot. You crochet? Been crocheting since 2018. I learned as a teenager. Okay, nice. What kind of thing? Do you make all the things or do you have a preference? For me, I enjoyed doing blankets. I've been doing them. I didn't learn as a teenager. I learned as an adult from crochet books before YouTube. And I fell in love with it. And I enjoyed making blankets. And of course, washcloths are just, tiny little blankets. And so I would make blankets and baby blankets and washcloths. And I had made like, some scarves and shawls and stuff like that. Till just like, I think it was like 2 years or so ago, tried my hand at amigurumi with worsted weight yarn and fell in love with it and did that and completely forgot about crocheting blankets or anything like that, right? For like a couple years till the end of this last year. I was asked to make some granny squares. Well, I wasn't asked to make some granny squares. They were taking up donations of granny squares. I was like, oh, well, I love making granny squares, right? So I'll make granny squares. I started making the granny squares and it just came back to me how much I enjoyed making granny squares and blankets. And so I've been trying to do that because since I discovered amigurumi, that's all I was doing. And but now I'm back to like the blanket and amigurumis. Of course, with the blanket though, it takes a long time. And then just at the end of last year was when I also started doing like plushies instead of with the worsted weight, just because it's quicker. I think they're prettier, but that's just my personal opinion. Um, So yeah. Yeah, Lydia, she had a live, was it yesterday? I don't know. She had a live within the last couple of days. I missed it. Um, I watched the replay and I saw her. I think she might have been on Liz's live today. I saw her at one or two lives today. So she is okay. She was taking a break and she's back. And I think she's not doing the 7 days a week like she was doing. I think she's just going to do 2 days a week. Let's see. Charlie Brown says mostly made scarves, bucket hat, ruffle hats, blankets. Want to learn amigurumi. Amigurumi is really simple. I say go for it. It is basically all you got to know how to do is single crochet, decrease, increase, and the magic circle. It's not absolutely necessary because you can just do like the chain two and do loop it in there, but the magic circle works great for amigurumis. So if you know how to do those, that's it. Except for if you do with worsted weight, you got to work with small hooks. So because one of the big things with amigurumis is you don't want your filling to show, so you don't want the polyfill to show through. So it's normally recommended to work with a hook 2 sizes smaller than what it calls for. So if your worsted weight calls for like 5.5, then it would be like a 3.5. Or if it calls for a 5, then you would want to work with a 3. But like the little football, I'll show you in just a sec. Let's see. So this one right here, it's 4, and so it calls, I think it was like a 5. So I could use a 3, but I didn't. What did I use? I think a 375, just because I didn't want to go much smaller. And when you're looking at it, it looks fine, right? Like it looks like you can't see the filling, but when I sit here and I mess with it, like I can open my stitches and anyway, you don't, you want them to be nice and tight. So I probably should have used a 3, but I didn't. And maybe if I had, I would like it more than I like it now. So I'm not going to gift this, but I mean, I wouldn't mind putting it on a keychain and using it myself. Like, that's no big deal. And so, like, with this chenille yarn, this is a size, 5 or 6, and it calls for, so it says it's a super bulky 6, which it really isn't if you compare it to Bernat blanket, which is a 6. This is much thinner, but this says, so for crocheting, it recommends an 8 millimeter. And so according to this, if I used a 6 with this, it would be fine. And I do use a 6 when I was making, no, that's not true. I use a 6 when I use Bernat. That's 6 or smaller. But with this little guy right here, even though this says an 8 millimeter hook, I used this is a 3.75. And then the Triceratops that I just showed you, it was made with a 4.5, even though, you know, it says an 8. So that's like 4 smaller. So yeah, with amigurumis, the smaller you go, the better. And sometimes, like, especially if you have arthritic hands, those smaller hooks just really don't, are not the best, you know. Did I just start another row? No, okay. Oh, look at that. I was already making a mistake. I didn't finish my cluster. So those are the basic, the basic things with amigurumi. And of course with worsted weight, you can see your stitches in amigurumis a lot easier than you can with the chenille or the blanket yarn. It's harder to see. And my advice with that is just take it slow till you get used to it, because you'll get to where you know where your stitches are and you know where your hook needs to be. But in the beginning, you may have to like just take it really slow and look for those stitches, or just feel for them for like a while. And still, depending on what yarn I use, I'll have to just feel for my stitches. But once you get used to it, you're good. Lydia says, as soon as my hand feels better, I'm going to work on headbands. Yeah, because you're going to make them on the machine, right? I think is what you said. Charlotte says, I think hats are my favorite thing to make, and I love washcloths and practical things for the house. I'm still on a mission to find a hammock to hang on the wall so I can store extra rolls. On a mission to find a pattern for it. Because you want to crochet it. Oh, look, God's Desire says Heart Hook Home has a pattern for that, Charlotte. They have a hammock pattern. And he says, I'm off. Oh, you're off the next 2 days. Yay. I might do a live. If I don't, I will do it next week when I am off. You're off for 5 days? That's nice. I decided to use worsted weight cotton. Worsted weight cotton for the Highland gown. That we're going to make. Huh. That'll be nice. Did you pick your colors? I wouldn't have thought to use cotton for it. Charlotte Brown says, yes, I noticed that. Hard to see my stitches. Thanks for the explanation. You're welcome. Yeah, machine and crochet headbands. I know you did the crocheted one, and then I think you said you were gonna do the rest of them in on the machine, probably because your hand was hurting. A pattern. Lydia is getting 5 days off. I know, right? Oh, they've been working her so hard. Like, she deserves some time off. I don't know that she wants 5 days off, though. Like, I mean, I'm sure she wants a paycheck. All right, I got a mark. I finished that one. All right, so I have two more brown, this one and one more brown, and then my stripe comes in. Well, I thought you meant cow, but then I was like, okay, maybe she's just talking about a crochet along. I was like, okay. You know, it's all good, right? It's all good. All right, we got to do devotional. Excuse me. All right, so today's devotional is strengthened with trust. The village had been burned to the ground and their wives, sons, and daughters all taken prisoners. David and his men burst out in loud wails, wept and wept until they were exhausted with weeping. There was talk among the men, bitter over the loss of their families, of stoning him. David strengthened himself with trust in his God. Then David prayed to God. David recovered the whole lot. 1 Samuel 33 and 4, 6, 8, and 19 MSG. Your word makes clear, Lord, that there are times when it's okay to have a good cry. I should take time to mourn over the losses I suffer in this world. After all, Jesus cried, so why not me? Yet, when I'm all cried out, I need to seek your face so I can find my way out of any why me conundrums. I garner strength and encouragement by sitting in your presence. Then I am to pray, asking you what I should do to find a path to restoration. Only when I have received your instruction am I to take the next steps. For only with your power can I live out your plan and be restored to joy once more. Amen. You picked the colors already. What colors did you pick? Lydia says, yes, I have 5 days off. I have few doctor appointments and it's Mother's Day weekend. Lydia's Bible verse is Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. John 14:16. Hi, Nana. Welcome in. I am crocheting this blanket because I am a little behind. And so I'm not diamond painting tonight because I gotta try to catch up with this. And depending where I am tomorrow, I may do this again tomorrow night, which tomorrow, Thursdays, is my wild card. So it's, you know, diamond paint or crochet. So, and I'd like to say I'll be doing something else tomorrow night and not this because I will be done with this. But I'll have to be out in the garden for however long, so I will probably not be done with this. I don't know, Nana, have I shown you, have you been in here when I've shown the picture of what I'm working on? I'll show you the picture if you haven't seen it. Let's see. Hi, Star. Welcome in. So I will show the picture once again. I have half of this, well, most of this blanket sitting on my lap while I'm trying to do this. So it's a corner to corner. And so I started down here and I am in here somewhere. Yeah, like I'm like 2 rows away from that color. And so I'll have to do that, and then the border, and then sew in all my ends. And then to go with it, I decided I was going to make a football keychain. So I made this one. I forgot to put my safety eyes in, so then I had to embroider them on. And then I was like, oh, I want to make another one because I really like it. So I made that one. And then I just made this one, which I still need to put a smile on. And then I think I've decided on angry eyebrows with the help of some of the viewers. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a football Afghan is what they call it. And it's corner to corner. Thank you, Lydia. All right, so I need to do more of those stitches. I marked that, so I've still got my 2 brown ones, but I'm going to take a little break and I am going to open my seeds. See, my seeds came in the mail. Ooh, I did get a sticker. They sent me a sticker. And it's a lavender sticker. Oh. All right, let's move this a little bit to the side. Let's see what I got, y'all, because, you know, I order seeds. I forget what I order. Okay. So I got the personal size watermelons, mini love. It says enjoy delicious, crispy, sweet mini watermelons from early bearing super compact vines. That's nice. I have that. Start seed outdoors for containers, growing notes, harvest and use. All America winners. Super productive and easy to grow. Mini love watermelons are perfect for large containers and small gardens. These early bearing compact vines yield pretty green striped fruits that are just the right size for individual servings, so watermelon lovers can enjoy having a whole fruit all to themselves. Mini loves ruby red. Flesh is tender, crisp, sweet, and succulent with few seeds. These crack resistant. Ooh, crack resistant. Nice. Little beauties are 4 to 6 inches in diameter and weigh 3 to 6 pounds. Now, y'all, I'm not going to eat a 6-pound watermelon. That doesn't sound like a one-person watermelon. A wonderful summer garden treat. So if you have cold winters, you can plant them May through June. In mild winters, which would be for us, we have very mild winters, would be April through June. So I will probably try to get these in the ground tomorrow, like as soon as possible. And so yeah, so that was the first one. I'm so excited for that. And thank you, Charlotte, for letting me know about Renee's garden. Ooh, I lost the needle. Where is the needle? I will poke myself. Oh, who knows? Oh, there it is. Okay, let me move those. All right, so we got that one there. Make sure I'm not missing any chat. I need to order again just to get another sticker. Was yours a lavender sticker? I don't remember. It probably was, right? I want to crochet little football key rings. They're so much fun. They really are so much fun, Lydia. Like you saw, I made that one. I forgot the eyes. I made that one. Making this one. And I will probably take some yarn to bed with me tonight, and I will probably make more because I'm not going to take this huge blanket, you know, to bed. So I will probably take just more little bits of yarn and do more of those, even though I probably should rest my arm, but whatever. Then I got some baby Napa cabbage, little jade, early compact crunchy heads are especially disease resistant. And these plant in, let's see, for me it would be mild winter, so it's March and April, so it's already too late to plant here, so I'll have to wait till July. But that's fine. That's one less thing I have to worry about planting now. So, and these are 8 to 10 inch heads. Now, one of these I can eat all by myself. All right, so there's those. I don't know that I don't know that the regular Napa, you probably grow it, right? Charlotte or God's Desire, the regular Napa, is it much bigger than this? I would think it's about the same, right? I don't think I've grown it. The baby cabbage, Pixie, space-saving, early maturing, compact heads with delicious, crispy, sweet leaves. Mild winters, so February through April and July through August. So that will also be in July. Oh, let's see if it gave me a size. Did I say a size? Dense little 5-inch heads. So yeah, that'll be a nice little cabbage. I'm looking forward to those. Then I got some heirloom container lettuce, Jade Gem, just because I was already there and I grow a lot of greens. And you know, as many greens as I grow, I don't ever let my lettuce go to seed. So I don't ever save. I probably should do that, right? Because I buy a lot of lettuce seeds. I probably should let my lettuce go to seed. I just always use it. A kitchen gardener's favorite 6 to 8 inch tall, dense little rosettes with juicy, sweet, wavy leaves. Mild winter, September through May. So, yep, I could still plant these. I don't know. September through May, do they mean like harvest by May? Or I could still plant in May? I'm thinking I could still plant in May because I'm still planting lettuce out there and I'm getting good lettuce. So, And then, because why not the ruby gem, right? Look how pretty that is. Romaine lettuce. Look at that color on that. That's just beautiful. I went to crochet a little football key ring. Mine was nasturtium. Oh, okay, your sticker. Okay. Don't. Well, Lydia, yeah, I'm with you. Don't overdo it if there's pain. Yep, I get it. But at the same time, I can't let pain rule my life, you know? So these are about 6 inches tall. I will put the tents on though. I'll put the tents on for, well, I'll put it on here for 20 minutes and then I'll put it on the front and back right here for 20 minutes. And then I'll put it right here for 20 minutes. So that'll be like an hour or tents and that'll make it feel good. I shouldn't have stopped doing it. So yeah, it's like, these are so pretty. Like I have red ones now. Are they red? No, they're like greenish red, purple. So they're not like pretty red like that. Then I got these, which is container zucchini. And I thought, because you know, zucchinis take a lot of room. So compact plants yielding an abundance of tender flesh zucchinis in record time. So these say they are ready to harvest in 48 days. That is like really good harvest time. So for mild winter, April through June, so I can, you know, I could start these now and then start them in another couple of weeks, something like that, so I can get zucchini, a whole bunch of zucchini. Because I mean, I have one, I think I got 2, 4, I think I have like 5 zucchini plants out there started, but well-bred French bush zucchini variety developed especially for container growing and planting in small space gardens. These non-rambling compact squash vines are also highly ornamental with big silvery green, deeply indented leaves, early bearing and productive. Abundant zucchini near the base of the plant. Don't most zucchinis grow the zucchini at the base of the plant where they are easy to harvest? These uniformly smooth, lustrous, glossy green zucchini have excellent flavor and are delicious whether roasted, sauteed, steamed, or baked. So really, the more zucchinis I can grow, the better, because I can freeze them, you know, or I can freeze dry them, or I can dehydrate them. So I can use them when I can't grow zucchini so that I don't have to buy zucchini, you know? So that's why I want to grow as many as I can. And then my last one is this winter squash baby spaghetti. When Charlotte talked about this, I was like, I must have. This is what made me go look over there. And then I wound up with all these seeds. Personal sized mini spaghetti squash for dozens of fast and delicious meals. So the days on this is still 80 days. So that's a long time. But I think most of the squash that I plant is like 100 or 110 days. Not like yellow squash, like crookneck. Those are like, what, 60 days or something like that. But like the hard skin squash, they're normally like, I think 100, 110 days, somewhere in there. So this is 80, so that's a lot sooner. Plant April through June, because yeah, they like the heat. So I will probably plant some of these in May and then probably plant again in June, just so that I can get even more. Extremely productive vines bear dozens of 4 to 5 inch little mini spaghetti squashes. And what I'm thinking I'm going to love about this is, I don't know if y'all make spaghetti squash, but you know, cutting those squash is very dangerous. You know, because you're having to like hold the knife and like beat the squash like bang, bang, you know? Or at least that's my experience. It's very dangerous in the kitchen when I'm cutting up spaghetti squash. Um, and I like to cut them like the long ways, because I like to then just like shred it like spaghetti and then put like my keto sauce on there and like the chicken or the ground beef or whatever. And so I like to go the long way, so that makes it a little bit harder. But with these, if they're going to be that small, they should be a lot easier to cut. Um, the semi-compact vines can be trained up a fence trellis so that the little golden squashes hang like ornaments. That's how my candy roasters hang, but not little at all. These little minis cook up quickly, making it fast and easy to fork out their spaghetti-like flesh to top with pizza sauce or a little butter and grated cheese. Butter and grated cheese, that might be good for a quick, nutritious, and low-calorie dish. After harvest, these little squashes store very well to enjoy for many good meals. I wonder when they say very well, like how good is very well. So these are the ones I'm going to try to get in the ground tomorrow, along with, well, I gotta find a spot for them. Along with all the other stuff that I started out there and got seedlings that I have to do something with now. So these are the two that are not going to get put out there tomorrow. I say tomorrow, it may have to be this weekend when the bed, we put together that other bed. Let's see, what did I miss? Yeah, I tell you, I start talking about seed and garden. I can talk, right? I don't have much to say otherwise, but don't overdo it. Okay, I've never grown Napa. Okay, I've grown baby cabbage before, and it was the best, sweetest, most wonderful cabbage I'd ever eaten in my life. I bet it would make really good sauerkraut. I would wait and plant those in early September. Oh, so don't plant them in like July or August? Well, for you, it's much hotter for you than it is for me. But I probably will wait and plant them when well, when I have the room, right? When I'm pulling up the other stuff, which the other stuff I won't pull it up till well, basically the end of October. I mean, some of it will come up before then, but the majority of it will be like, because I think my first frost date is the last week in October, or the very first week in November. If I plant in September, I'm definitely going to have to find room. But we did get some of the ladder mesh. And hubby's like, you can put this blanket back over me. He's like, we can go from, with the grow bags, we can go from side to side. And so they could vine there within the grow bag, where I won't have to use like tomato cage, and so it could vine, longer. And I'm like, that's a good idea. He's also like, we can put it in the beds, and you can like go the long ways, like across the bed, or just go, because the beds are 9x3, and so we can go, it's 9x3, but it's divided into 3 sections, which each section is 3x3, and so we can just do the ladder mesh as an arch between the 3x3, or we can do it between like a 6x3 area. I think for the 9x3, I think it would be too short. So definitely like a 3x3 or the 6x3. And I'm like, those are really good ideas, because then I don't need a fence, and I don't need like a big trellis, and I can still have, because I like vining, because it makes me be able to grow a lot more food in a lot smaller space, because then they're not spreading over everything else. They're going up their trellis and they're fine. And they still only take the 1 or the 2 squares on the ground. So I am very excited about that ladder mesh. Let's see. The lettuce, I mean. Oh, really? I plant lettuce. Oh, like I plant lettuce all year long. Like I just grow lettuce. Like, because we eat, we go through it. Y'all can see that I'm slowing down on the crocheting because the it's not feeling good at all. The red lettuce is beautiful. It is, isn't it? Lydia says, Charlotte, how is your wrist? Hi, Michelle. Welcome in. Good to see you. Charlotte says, I'm still giving it a break, Lydia. It's better, but it's not perfect yet. Yeah, and that's the thing that, you know, it's better, and then you just go on with life, right? And then it's like, no, I wasn't ready for life. And you're like, we got to do life. We can't just sit around and wait on you. Oh, I must go get more. Oh, okay. Here's brown. And then I got to get rid of this one because this is what I did the laces in. And for the actual stripe is, and another. And if I don't get it out of here, I will wind up using that one. All right. I'm still giving it a break. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for asking. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Michelle's Bible verse is whoever gives an honest answer kisses the lips. Proverbs 24:26. Lydia's weather is 61 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind blowing from the east at 7 miles per hour. Ooh, the current humidity is 90. Ugh. Michelle's weather 50. Wind blowing from the east southeast at 9. Humidity 61. That's a little cool, but that's not bad. That's what I was going to do. Plant some of the spaghetti squash now and then plant some in June. Yes, exactly. If I have the room, and because these are supposed to be smaller, I am probably going to be able to just do them. I could probably just like do them in bags, or I could have like a, I don't know, an area. Like all my arches are taken right now. But not necessarily, not if we get that bed put together and I can do the ladder mesh, you know. And so my hand's not working. Ugh. So what I'm thinking is, so here's the bed. I don't have anything. As I look around trying to find something. So here's the bed, right? And so what I'm thinking is, and so there's 1 section, 2 section, 3 section. And so what I'm thinking is for the squash, I'll take up 2 sections. So we'll have, yeah, I can't even do stick figures. So this will be a good laugh for y'all because so then this is 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then there's what 3, and then this is the divider between the beds, and so 1, 3, and then oh, I cracked myself up. So what I'm thinking with the squash, right, is I'm thinking I can put like squash right here, put the ladder mesh right here going up like this to like right here. Well, maybe even like right here. And then I could do squash right there just on one ladder mesh because that's going to give it, you figure, from there. So that's what, 10 feet long. So 1, 2, if I put it here, 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 feet. It probably go in like a foot. So 4, 5. And so it'll be up 5 feet across. So they'll have where this one can grow like 5 feet this way. And this one can grow 5 feet that way. Depending on how they leaf out, because if it's a lot of leaves, they might interfere with each other. But even at that, even if I can't do like a squash here and a squash here to share the same one, I can do the trellis on this one, and I can, or the ladder mesh, and I can do the ladder mesh right there as well and do another squash here. And if I wanted more squash, then I could also run another. So like this one comes over here, and then this one does the same thing coming over here. And so with that ladder mesh, I'm going to be able to do so much. So we only got 5 of them. But I think I have to go back this weekend. And so I'm probably going to pick up quite a few more. So I don't know. Did that make sense to y'all? My thing is that I can do lots of things now. Where before I couldn't, because it was like, okay, I'm going to have to like find some kind of trellising something here, you know, and I mean, I do have like the fence right back here, but squash doesn't vine on it. It's really kind of just to like hold cucumbers or tomatoes. Like the squash doesn't do good on that fence because, you know, it likes to actually vine up and around. So yeah, I don't know that made any sense, but it does in my mind. And I think it'll look really pretty too when it's all like green and um, like the arches that I have now. I think they look beautiful when they're just covered in all the squash leaves and cucumber leaves and my vining tomatoes, you know, like my little pear and cherry tomatoes. Like they go up the arches. They just, I mean, there's nothing going up the arches right now. Pretty sad looking, actually. But I mean, I just got the stuff out there because, you know, that stuff likes the hot weather. So I couldn't put it out there too early because I've put it out there too early before, and it's messed up. So I gotta wait for I gotta wait for it to be warm enough. I have learned that over the years, you know, it's, even though I get impatient and I want to do it and I want to get them out there, I know that that's not what the plants want, you know. Gotta respect the plants, give them what they want, what they need to succeed, not what I want to do. That was I was going to do, plant some of the spaghetti. Okay, I read that. Oh, hey, Ross. I missed you coming in. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Where is my chat? Why is my chat doing what it's doing? I love spaghetti squash with sauce. I know, it's so good, isn't it? Charlotte says, finding the spots. That's the problem, isn't it? It is. Let me greet everyone in here, and I need to come back to that. I probably won't remember, but I need to come back to that. Let's see. Greeting. Hey, Sonas, welcome in. Stay on while working. Okay, thank you. Hey, Jane Doe, welcome in. Good to see you. Charlie says, oh, Jackie, I was so sad today. My goldfish is missing. And I think maybe a bird or something got him. Your goldfish? Where was the goldfish? How did the bird get him? I'm confused. Jane Doe says, hey, Charlotte, sorry to hear that. Charlotte says, you can also wire those ladder mesh together with, that's what hubby said. He was like, I can wire these and make them longer. And I was like, how would that hold up to the wind? And he's like, just like everything else does, fine. So they don't feel that strong to me, like where the cattle panel holds better, and, but he was pretty sure that he could wire them and it would be fine with the wind, because 60-mile-per-hour winds, like I don't want to like when I put something up, like I want it up, I don't want to have to mess with it anymore. But that would go across the whole bed, and that would definitely give them a lot more room. Making them as long as you want to make them, just overlap them a bit to make them sturdier. Okay. Okay, I greeted Ross. Jane's Bible verse. Rejoice evermore. Tina says, I'm sorry, Charlotte. I'm sorry too, but I'm confused. Aw, Jane Doe says, hey, Lydia, hope you're feeling better. Charlotte summons a forest creature and she got a badger. Oh, goodness. Lydia says, Jane, I'm in pain. Charlotte says, I got a badger, yay. Jane Doe says, Lydia, so sorry to hear that, sending prayers. Charlotte says, that's a great idea, and then you can grow the lettuce underneath because the squash will shade it. Yeah, grow anything that needs shading, under it. And lettuce is not going to get that tall. I can actually grow stuff that's going to get much taller. Like, I already planted my cilantro, but like cilantro would be a good one to put under there. Lydia says, next 2 days off, I will be cleaning and doing laundry, maybe some diamond painting. Jane's quotes, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Wow. Charlotte says, make perfect sense to me. Hey, squirrel, welcome in. Charlotte says he was in the pond. Okay. Because didn't you have a fish tank in the house? And your kitty ate the fish? So I wasn't sure how the bird was getting. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I told you, I think like if we got a pond out here and we put fish in it, I think, well, I don't know. I don't know if the birds would get it, but definitely the cats would get it. Not my cats, just stray cats that wander, like they think that they live here, They just walk around here like they own everything. And so I think that they would definitely not leave us any fish. Oh, screw it to the bed. I was just gonna the dirt will hold it. The soil, proper terminology, to make it stronger. Yeah, that would make it stronger. 79 degrees, 13 mile per hour wind, 74 humidity. Jane Doe got a koala. Squirrel, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Let's see. Tina's forest creature. Ooh, she got an elephant. Charlotte says, well, I had a fish tank in the house a couple of years ago, and yes, that did happen, but the goldfish were outside in the pond, and I only had one left, and he was about 6 inches long, and now he's gone. Aw. It's totally my own fault because I forgot to put the wire mesh over the top of the pond. Well, we get busy, you know? Can't complain, doing okay. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Look at that. I got to the end of that row. I think I want to finish one more because that'll be the last of the brown. Well, till I have to do the other one, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and then all the other ones are brown. So I think I'm going to do this one. Then tomorrow I could worry about the other one or the other color. So I got, oh, what I was going to come back to, we were out and about this weekend, and so I did pick up some starts because a lot of the stuff that I tried to start in those bags, the little Ziploc bags, did not work, right? And then I started some outside in the little trays, and they weren't doing anything. Granted, it was like the tomatoes, like, the tomatoes are much quicker than the peppers, so they weren't like doing anything, like the little tomatoes, the cherry and the pear. And so I was like, okay, well, I need to go ahead and get some because, I didn't want to get starts. Y'all remember me saying that over and over and over again. So I got, I think, 3 tomato starts, well, plants, right? And they were like the cherry and the pear tomatoes because I started the starts on I think I did beefsteak and German green, I think, and maybe one other big one because I wasn't gonna do big tomatoes, but then I was like, why not, right? I don't have anywhere to put this, guys. But I got the 3 little tomatoes. Then I got peppers, and because I wasn't sure how my peppers are gonna do, but we got those what, Saturday or Sunday, and I looked at my peppers today when I was out there in the garden, and I do have little tiny sprouts, which is quite encouraging. So we did get some peppers. Um, got the 6-pack of those, so that was kind of nice, because that's not very expensive. And then I got, I don't know, a few other things. And hubby is always all about growing all the things. Like, let's just grow, 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 grow. he's like, Jackie, do you have the room for that? And do you have the room? I'm like, what about this? What about this? He goes, do you have the room for it? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, if you don't have the room for it, what are you going to do with it? I'm like, not get it. I'm like, my answer should have been like, get more grow bags, get more grow. I'll make the room. Which I'm glad he said that because I have so many things out there right now. Like I do have a whole bed that just has all those little trays sitting on it. I only have like a couple things growing in that bed. So I'll have room. I'll have 27, well, not 27, because 1, 2, 3, I think 4 squares are taken. So 23 square feet of growing room in there. But that's like part of like herbs and stuff. So, like, I mean, if I have to grow tomatoes and peppers in there, like I could, but it's mainly for like my herbs. So, I mean, I could have been like, yeah, I have the room for it. But I already have all that stuff that is sitting on that bed that needs me to put it somewhere. So it's probably a good thing because then I'm already stressing out about where to put these things, right? Because I started them, so I need to put them somewhere. And I don't ever like grow flowers just for like pretty. And, I started those morning glories and what were the other ones? Morning glory and zinnias. Well, I do marigolds all the time, but like I started them in the little containers just so that I wouldn't waste squares on something that wasn't going to germinate. And so I have like a whole bunch of marigolds, but the marigolds is no problem because I'll just put them wherever just to keep certain bugs away. Um, so the marigolds is not a problem at all. But because I hadn't done like the morning glories or the zinnias before, I the packet didn't even have that many seeds in there, right? But I started them all. And the thing is that I think all of them, or close to all of them, have germinated. So I have all these little seedling morning glories and zinnias, and I'm like, where am I going to put you? Which, I mean, they're flowers. They can just go anywhere, but still, I have to put them somewhere, right? And I have to, if I'm going to put them in the ground, I got to dig. If I'm going to put them in the bed, I got to, figure out where I'm going to put them. So, I do have, I started tomatillos, but I do have volunteers. I have quite a few volunteer tomatillos that have come up, um, purple and green, or what I think is purple and green. And then, oh, it's pouring down rain. It was not supposed to rain. If I knew it was gonna rain, I wouldn't have spent a whole hour and a half out there watering. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and I have volunteer my little cayenne purple peppers, and yeah, I have quite a few volunteers, and I'm pretty excited about those because they're just stronger when they volunteer. So I mean, they're kind of like where I didn't want them, but that's fine. I can work with that. I can work with volunteers. Charlotte Brown says, I'm going to say good night, everyone. See you the next time. All right, Charlotte Brown, have a wonderful and blessed night till we see you again. You think the garden makes me super happy? Yeah, I dread going out there. Like for the last 2 days, I didn't want to go out there at all, right? But then I was out there, and the honeysuckle is coming in, just the wild honeysuckle. And I'm like, oh, it smells so glorious out here. It was just like, it made me in a good mood, even though I didn't want to be out there. I didn't want to do any of the things. Um, but that smell, it was just like, oh, the bugs are like bad out there though. Charlotte says, oh, how they come in with the buzzkill. I was like, are you going to say that for everything? He's like, no. But the thing with him is like, if I would plant all those that I have out there, and I'd be like, well, what about this? He'd be like, because he'd see that there wasn't, I don't know, I have like 50 things out there to plant, maybe more. He'd be like, oh, okay. But and he's right. He's 100% right. Cinder blocks filling with soil and stick the flowers in there. I have the 4 of my inside beds, and then that one long bed, those are cinder blocks. And I have grown in the little holes that are in them. I have grown green beans, and I've grown marigold and basil and different things in there. But with some of these flowers, I don't want to do that, because if they go, I've done sunflowers there too. And what happens with them is they get so big, and it's like the border of my bed, and then I can't get to my stuff without like having to like push them off to the side and stuff like that. And I don't want to buy more. But I mean, I'll find a spot for them. I'll find a spot for them. If I don't, I gift them. I mean, I don't want to like, throw them away, but I definitely don't want to like, buy stuff to plant flowers. But I think I could fit them. Oh, I never showed you the lavender sticker. So cute. And it says Renee's Garden. And when I see it, I'm actually going to think of Renee, not Renee's Garden. For this lady, I'm going to think of Renee, our Renee Unraveled's garden, because she told me how to make my lavender live. And guess what? It's still living. It's been like, I don't know, a few weeks. It's still alive. So, all right. So that was, oh, wait, that was that one. Let me make sure this is that, because then if not, this is my switch to my other color and I'm done. So I'm just going to make sure. Man, it is really raining out there. All right, let's see, where are... Yep, so I need to... put that in there and come in with my color change, because if I don't do it now, then I'll just come in tomorrow and be like, oh, yep, and start with the wrong color. And then I'll have to frog. I don't know, can y'all hear that rain? All right, let's cut this one. Renee says, that sounds amazing. My kangaroo paws are starting to bloom. You needed what? Me talking about the sticker? I've said so much. I have no idea. Can you please send the rain here? I've watered for so long. We haven't had rain in the last week. It wasn't supposed to rain. It'll probably just come and go pretty quickly, because it wasn't supposed to rain at all. Tina says, we haven't had rain in months. But you're in Arizona, right? You don't get lots of rain normally. Hey, Cool Lots TV, welcome in. Charlotte says, I'm standing in the laundry room with the water running into the washer. I don't hear any other water. Hey, Ava, welcome in. Thank you, Liz. Liz, I thought you were gone. It's bedtime for you, isn't it? I mean, I appreciate being here, don't get me wrong. So I am, what am I doing? Making mistakes, because you know what? Because it's my bedtime. And I just need to get this started, and so then I can go to bed. It's late for doing laundry. So the rain is still raining, but it's slowed down. It's not coming down as heavy as it was a few minutes ago. I don't know why I was thinking your time was different than mine, Liz. Yeah, it's 10:20 for you, right? Because it's 11:20 for me. Renee says it's 8:20. Charlotte, are you going live? All right, so this is a pretty good start on this other color, so I should be good to go now. You're thinking about it? Okay, well, I'm going to get off of here so that you can go live. And I will click on you and then just let you play because I'm tired. I'm really tired. I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. That's pretty good though. I mean, I crocheted that whole time except for when I stopped to show you the seeds. And then I'll leave this here. And y'all know I was going to take some yarn upstairs to work on the football, but I'm tired. So I don't even think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to put my head on the pillow and close my eyes and hopefully go to sleep. Let's put something on here so I don't undo my work. Where did it go? Y'all see me take these precautions, it's because I've done it in the past. I'll grab something and then I'll like be moving it around and all my stuff is coming undone. So I have to like take precautions. Liz says, I wish Renee. Oh, okay, the 8:20. Okay. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. You got a lot of, I did get a lot accomplished tonight. I'm pretty excited. I wanted to finish the brown. I finished the brown, or, you know, before we switch colors. And then I'm probably going to have to do it again tonight. I don't know though. Because I can't do it on Friday because we're working on the Highland on Friday. Jane says, y'all have a blessed night. Renee says, Liz, I'm ready for today to be over. Fresh start tomorrow. Well, go to bed early, Renee. Liz says, I understand. I say go to bed early. That's what I do when I have really bad days. I just want them to be over with. Wake up the next day, whole new attitude, you know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every one of you. I believe that Charlotte is going to go live. So if y'all want to go over there and hang out with her, I hope that y'all have a wonderful and blessed night. And hopefully I will see y'all again tonight. Bye, guys. Thank you. Oh, I gotta find my... Y'all, I'm on the phone. I'm not on the computer, so I'm a little... Okay. Bye.